Welcome back to the Daily Planning Draw. This is a dedicated window to step away from the daily grind, pull a single prompt, and do the quiet work that actually moves your business forward. Today, we're going to test the strength of your current path. By looking directly at your level of resolve, you can see whether your current plan aligns with the effort you are actually prepared to give. Before we begin, gather your tools. You'll need your dedicated planning notebook and a pen. Close your extra browser tabs, put your phone in another room, and clear away digital distractions. Now, bring one specific active business project to the front of your mind. Keep that specific project as the focus for the rest of this exercise. We emphasize the physical notebook because moving past a vague sense of motivation requires the tactile act of writing. Putting ink on paper forces you to slow down and articulate exactly what you are committing to. Here on screen is today's draw, Card 9, Commitment. The center of the card reads, "Starting a business is a longer, harder road than most ever imagine. The greatest determiner of success will be your determination itself." This shifts the focus away from external factors like market timing or product features. Surviving the friction of a new venture relies largely on your own internal drive. Right above that text is a quote attributed to Buddha. "In the confrontation between the stream and the rock, the stream always wins, not through strength, but through perseverance." There is a practical difference between short-term strength and ongoing perseverance. Strength is the burst of energy used to launch a campaign or pull an all-nighter. Perseverance is making small, consistent adjustments every single day for years. This means commitment is not measured by the intensity of your work today. It is defined by your ability to maintain steady pressure over a long timeline. The dark green panel contains 3 prompts. The first asks, what would your life look like with and without this business in best and worst case scenarios? The second, what are your alternatives? And the third, how much are you willing to sacrifice? Addressing just one of these prompts forces you to define exactly where your ambition ends and your personal limits begin. It replaces a vague desire to succeed with a specific map of your boundaries. Select only one of those 3 questions right now. Look at them and pick the one that creates the most internal hesitation. Do not try to answer all 3 at once. Spreading your focus across multiple prompts often leads to surface-level answers that don't provide the clarity we're looking for. Here is the instruction. Get your pen ready, pause this video, and set a timer for exactly 5 minutes. Spend the full 5 minutes writing your answer longhand in your notebook. Do not just think about it. The act of writing is the exercise. Start your timer and begin writing. Pause the video now. Welcome back. If you completed the task, you now have a physical record of your internal limits regarding this project. You might feel a sense of friction or even guilt if you realized you have viable alternatives, or that there is a definitive limit on what you are willing to give up. Identifying those limits is a moment of clarity. It gives you a specific data point you didn't have 5 minutes ago. Knowing where your boundaries are today prevents you from blindly pushing past them and hitting a wall of burnout 3 years from now. Explicitly defining these constraints allows you to adjust your business strategy to fit your actual life. You can now build within the parameters you've set. Realizing you aren't willing to sacrifice things like your health or your family is a sign of mature leadership. It ensures you are directing the business rather than being driven by it. Look down at the page you just filled in your notebook. These notes represent a documented boundary for your business. They serve as a reference point for how far you are actually willing to go. Building something new is a difficult process, and having these defined borders helps ensure that you can sustain the effort over the long term. Like the stream navigating the rock, you now have the self-awareness to understand the obstacles in your path and the perseverance to keep moving around them. Keep your notebook open on your desk. Refer to the limits you wrote down as you make the rest of today's decisions.